Hello, everyone. It's time for episode 9 of my Sith Inquisitor playthrough of Star Wars The Old Republic. This is going to be, thus far, the most important episode of Elctha's journey so far. We just acquired the map that will allow us to finish our trials and become Lord Zash's apprentice. And we did this by freeing this hunk of meat, beef McHardcake, who knocked down a wall for us and allowed us to enter this opulent chamber full of slaves bowing their heads and get the map. And we're gonna go back and be victorious, basically. But before I do so, something important I want to discuss on the RP side of things, and I'm mostly talking to new RP players here who are just learning the ropes and trying to make that awkward transition from, I like to play this game to role playing within the game. And I want to talk about it now because what's going to happen in the story past this point gets a little more intense, and a lot of big changes start happening to whoever the Sith Inquisitor character is in the storyline. And so far, I have been using moments that happen here and there as just kind of a guide. I've been reacting to them based upon the vague seed of a character idea that I've already created, which is that Elctha is a very disadvantaged, physically diminished person who requires a little bit of tech to survive. This little dune stillsuit nose thing here. Enslaved by the Empire, given this because she was force sensitive, given the option to become Sith or die. She has an internal bitterness to her, probably from being stuck in this sickly body, that has helped her force sensitivity to really bend towards the dark side. And not only that, it's given her a little bit of an internal energy source to deal with all these terrible things that are going on around her, happening to her. And perhaps because of her struggle to just survive again in her sickly body, she has a intense will to survive. She does not want to die. She is not careless about her life. So she'll do what it takes to survive. She's not going to fall on a sword for anyone. At least so far. So I've been using that mindset to affect all the decisions I've made in the Sith Inquisitor storyline. So before things really heat up and start to evolve, I want to explain that when you create an RP character, as I've said before, it is not the canon Sith Inquisitor. You're not friends with Kim Val. Lord Zash is not your master. Because every Sith Inquisitor shares that storyline. They all went through that. Lord Zash is all of their masters. So that can't be yours. You cannot take the storyline and make it your own and roleplay that around other roleplayers who have all made unique characters with their own stories, living their own lives. You can't show up and be the one. Roleplay is pretty free, within the lore's constraints. You can come up with all kinds of amazing characters. But the one thing that you just can't do is the canon class story. And so I've got to begin separating myself from the narrative, taking from all the experiences I've had, I've got to translate them into something else. The experience we had in the ritual of blood and bone where we went through that horrifying ritual and discovered the skulls of all the slain acolytes. Very traumatic for our character. We've got to take moments like that and kind of reskin them to be something a little more unique, and let those be little building blocks, turning points that'll, make the character what they are. And you can reskin them and retell those stories in such a good way that a person, won't be able to realize that you kind of reused elements from the story if you do it well enough. When you get into more advanced role-playing experience, and your making of characters, you're gonna just completely, divorce yourself from any kind of constraints. You'll make any kind of character you want, and be ignoring the story the whole time. I chose to be affected by the story in some ways as a guide for a new player, to learn the ropes, to really making a flesh and blood character that's well-rounded and realistic. It's kind of hard, to both be satisfied with it and be have enough depth to be a good character to role play. And so what I have to be careful not to do is to not allow the Sith Inquisitor storyline to lock Elctha, into a path that's not my design. I have to continue to just, use bits and pieces. I'm confronted with challenges that each time I'm like, okay, well, how will Elctha deal with this? Okay, I did that. Each time, maybe, if I'm lucky, it will reveal a little facet of her character to me, and she'll start to develop. She'll start to be more well-rounded, and we'll be on our way to having a character that we can actually roleplay. So with everything that's going to happen, from this point on, I'm going to continue to make all my decisions from Elctha's point of view, but have in the back of my mind a little push. I'm going to try to keep myself from relying on it too much. So I may be pointing out in a situation, okay, none of these options are what Elctha would do. None of them. I'm going to choose this. But if I had the freedom, Elctha would actually do this or that. And those deviations are what are going to paint the picture of the character. Okay, so as I'm running here, that's my exit. I see that path there. So I know I can get through it. I just don't remember having such a hard time getting up there. What on earth am I doing wrong? Maybe a running jump? Oh, I got stuck. Kemval, you could really help us out and knock down this barrier. That didn't do it. That really frustrates me that I can't get in there. Alright, maybe I'm being dumb. What I need to do is climb these statues. Yeah, that's what it is. I should feel stupid. Oh, that was wrong. Yep, that's what it was. Dumb as can be. Oh my god, I'm literally gonna waste everyone's time trying to get up here. Oh, and I fell off. Oh, this is so mixture of frustrating and embarrassing. Worst part of the whole series is me trying to jump up there. Maybe I'm overlooking something. I'm gonna have to give up, despite having done it in the past. So Guild Wars 2 has a very nice intuitive way of getting around. They have jumping puzzles because for the most part these sort of issues you have a lot of control over. SWTOR has really wonky jumps. I'm literally gonna have to give up. That's horrible. I'll come back there someday without making everyone wait through this. There's nothing down there. There's a sand pit. I think there's some little creatures. There's the entrance to it. I wonder if ooh, will I die? Oh my god. Oh. Gosh. That hurt. Alright, I did it the dumbest way possible. I'll go back up that way. Just bullheaded, just stubborn ignorance. I'm really surprised there's not a datacron down here. And it could be ironic to say that because there might be one and I simply don't find it. I'll run all through it. I don't see any datacrons. It also might be that I jumped down there and that was the way it was intended to be done. And this is simply the way out. And it leads over that broken pillar. Soon I will devour you, little Sith, Kemval says. I bet you're gonna want to after I wimp out on you several times. I've also got to point out, Naga Sadow's tomb has not been opened for thousands of years. Where are these guys living? How'd they do this? Okay. We have an elite core slug. Go get him, Kim. That can get a little bit old. Make sure there's no datacrons. I don't hear anything. That could be in an art museum right there. For the chlor slugs to get in there, there must be some tunnel to the outside, making that technically a back door to Naga Sadow's tomb.
Sight is like.
Someone in text says, "Why is fighting enemies so weird, bro?" Out of context, I'm sure. Okay. We are now heading back up to the area that I quite foolishly jumped all over. Oop, droids. I have a tendency to just run up and be surprised by a group of enemies. Yeah, this is how it was meant. I did it how it was meant to be done. I'm just dumb. They added this to pique your interest. It's on the map, so you know there's something there, and that got you to be interested about, well, can I get down there without dying? All right, this is about to be it. I'm gonna spare everyone the tomb, the rest of the tomb, and quick travel right back to the academy. This is a big deal. This is a big deal for Elctha. This is gonna be crazy. And we are walking. See if they kneel again. Yep, they kneel. Kim Vol says, "How things have changed. How long since my master's death? I'm entering the Sith Academy with the ancient right-hand man of Tulak Horde. So I'm sure all the acolytes are looking at me quite jealously. Since this is not the case with Elctha herself, she doesn't get that little boost of confidence. She is still, in her actual characterization, pretty freaked out and worried. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. There's Fawn.
I'm telling you, Overseer, it cannot be done. I went into the tomb, I saw the Deshard across the chasm, but I could not get to it.
But the map, the map! Lord Zash is adamant she will not take an apprentice without the map!
I'm telling you, Lord Zash wants the impossible. No one is ever going to get that map.
You don't mean this map, do you?
The map, and the Deshard. Get that monster out of here this instant, and give me the map!
No, it's not possible. You wretch, you filth, you must have cheated somehow. How did you do it? How did you release the monster?
Sai galut saira, iswis us ufgandan, ja atnam, in puidangarja.
Right. You must have cheated. You must have. You'll pay for this!
Fawn, patience. You will have your chance at this whelp, after you personally deliver this map to Lord Zash.
So we have one of our options is to command the Deshad to kill them. Elctha wouldn't have that confidence yet, so she'll just exclaim.
The map is mine, Harkon.
Protest all you want, slave. You'll die the same. Hurry, Fawn.
Don't go anywhere, Fawn.
Lord Zash.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Fawn. Now, where's my map?
Here, Lord Zash. Right here.
You found it for me, Fawn? How wonderful.
No, it was me.
Actually, I was the one who found it.
Silence! Fawn will tell me what happened, won't you, Fawn? You wouldn't dare lie to me, would you? Because it would be a shame for me to discover that you lied to me. Now, one more time. Did you bring this map back from Nagasadow's tomb?
No. No, I didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Harkon, you fool. In any other group for any other lord, this young man would have torn the other acolytes to shreds. What were you trying to prove? That you could outsmart me? That you knew better than me what kind of person I wanted for an apprentice? You fool!
Oh, he steps away.
There's your pet, Harkon. Clean this mess up. Apprentice, meet me in my chambers upstairs.
Yes, master.
As you say.
This is not the end. Without Lord Zash to save you, you're nothing. I have connections that will hunt you wherever you go.
Okay, I have to choose this option. This is a very fascinating reaction. So I can tell him to stuff it. Basically, he's still scary. I'm not gonna just tell him off. Lord Zash got to do that, but she's a Lord of the Sith. So it could be that Elctha's smart enough to realize, man, he's really put me through the ringer, but somehow that adversity gave me the strength to, to survive. I'm gonna do this. You were a good teacher.
I'm sorry it turned out this way, Harkon. I know you never liked me much, but I learned a lot from you.
What? Well, I guess it is an overseer's job to inspire his charges. Now get going, slave. I mean, apprentice.
He just spilled his spaghetti. He did not expect that. Oh, he just spilled his spaghetti all over the floor. And he called us apprentice. Yeah, I think that it's a lot more satisfying to me than just telling him off. And I could even use that moment to influence Elctha's characterization. Perhaps instead of a Sith, of course, must use their emotions to generate like power. But at the same time, a Sith isn't forced to make decisions based on their emotions. They could choose to be, smart about everything. Like Darth Sidious, he's super intelligent. So we could say that Elctha may not let petty things get to her. We could say that. Alright, we are going to meet Lord Zash privately now. Here we go. Her...
Ah, my magnificent new apprentice. Congratulations are in order, I believe.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
You've earned it, my apprentice. Now, I was just looking over this astonishing map you brought back, and I can tell we have a lot of work ahead of us.
What is this map of, exactly?
We can't talk about it here. Too many unfriendly ears. You must meet me on Drummond Cars. There we can talk more.
Why must we go there?
That is where the map leads, though I likely would have taken you there anyway. The capital of the Sith Empire is a good place for an apprentice to start. I will meet you in my chambers in the Citadel in Kars City. There we can speak more freely of the work ahead, without the fear of unfriendly ears. This is the lightsaber I had as an apprentice. I want you to have it.
Oh.
I am honored.
Excellent. I'm glad you like it. It served me well. Now remember, my chambers, the Citadel, Drummond Cars. It's imperative that we get to work on this as soon as possible.
Clearly some thugs about to give us some trouble.
Stop right there, slave. Darth Scotia has a message for you.
Who is this Darth Scotia?
Darth Scotia is Lord Zash's superior, and your worst nightmare. The message is this: you will not go to Drummond Cars. Everything you've done here, everyone you've dealt with, Lord Zash included, is insignificant. Darth Scotia has eyes and ears on Korriban. He knows what your master is up to, and he is displeased, to say the least. On Korriban, Lord Zash may have her way, but on Drummond Cars it's a different story. So you see, you have to die.
Okay. I can say this will be fun. Let's not fight. Kim, show him your talent. So this is an issue where I don't necessarily have to use diplomacy. I've seen what Kim can do. We're an apprentice now. We have a lightsaber. Let's send the attack dogs on him.
Kim, what is it you do to Force users again?
Gibay iswis aman hangujins.
Or Tosin, is that a Deshard? Maybe this isn't such a good idea.
Coward! Fight, you fool!
Oh, he's a lightsaber. This is our first opponent who has a lightsaber. Now, they did this in such a way that we don't get a chance to equip our lightsaber before these guys attack. But they did this nice thing where we're spit out before the combat. Very awkward. They should have allowed us to equip that before. So... Okay. Alright, we got our lightsaber. Oh, that's satisfying. Get him, Deshard.
Munans kaparp.
Defeat the thugs. After having done that, we now think about it and realize that we just killed the apprentice of some other Sith. Uh-oh. That means we perhaps foolishly entered the world of Sith politics without thinking it through first. I've got a new focus. This is a mod, and I'll show you how that's used in a moment. Wow, that was intense. So, Zash did not give us any instructions, but we basically know how to get to Dromund Kaas. And we'll do that in the next episode. We are now an apprentice, got a lightsaber. Things are looking up. Well, we hope so. All right. See you next time. Thanks.